Jessica, you almost done packing?
I'm trying to get there, almost.
Yeah, I'm ready to get on this vacation.
Yeah, me too, I'm ready.
Bro, we finna be in Arizona again, bro. It's gonna be hot, ain't gonna be no snow.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's gonna be good, it's gonna be good.
I can't wait.
Hey, but don't forget my toothbrush.
For real? Bro, you're the one who forgets the toothbrush.
Hey, and don't forget my belt this time.
Bro, you wanna pack?
Nah, you cool, man. Just go ahead and
Come on. Why don't you come over here and pack all this up?
Nah, we good,
come
bro.
on.
We good. All right, man. We headed to the airport. Finna go on vacation. Getting out of here.
Let's do it.
Now, real quick, before we head out the door, before we get in the car, what do we do for Christmas every year? We kind of, the kids are big. We don't really do a lot of gifts anymore. What do we do?
Yeah, so when they became teenagers, we decided to do adventures and vacations instead of gifts. I mean, what can you possibly get a kid at year after year,
Yeah.
So now we go to different places. We've been to DC, we've been to Scottsdale, New York.
Yeah.
New York, sorry.
New York. So, what I started to realize was basically my kids, when I'm gone and this legacy I'm trying to leave for my family, this heritage, they're not going to remember a toy that I bought them.
Right.
They're not going to remember a shirt that I bought them. Maybe there might be some little things like that, but they're going to remember the time we spent together. They're going to remember the family time that we spent together. That's the stuff I'm leaving for my family. That's the things we want to do. We want to leave a heritage of, time together and seeing things. And I want to travel the world. I want to be able to experience things together. That's why I do this, So what do you think? Everything's good? We ready to go on vacation?
I'm ready to do it.
Hey, I'll see you from in front of a cactus. Peace.
Have faith in your mind, faith in your grind, invest in yourself, transform in your time. Have faith in your mind, faith in your grind, invest in yourself, transform in your time. When you trade and get paid, 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 trade and get paid.
What's going on, everybody? It's Joe Giunta with Trend Trading Academy. I'm here to help you trade and get paid. You see the cactuses behind me. I'm out here in Arizona enjoying Christmas. You see it. We're just loving it out here. I still gotta have my hoodie on though, because number one, I'm repping Go Blue, and number two, it's a little chilly out here in the desert. But check this out. In today's video, I'm giving you straight fire. I'm giving you value, currency cycling, and I'm actually gonna take you inside, show you a piece of the class I gave to TTA. I'm gonna talk about how we can use multiple time frame analysis to find fire entries, sniper entries in the market. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell, hit that notification. Every time we drop content, I'm gonna come up on your phone because you don't wanna miss it. If you wanna become a student, go to trendtrading.academy. The link's in the description. Don't miss out on anything else. For now, let's get to this content. We see this big drop that happened right here, right? Obviously, everybody can see this. Let me get my annotation out. All right, you seen this big drop that happened here. And, we honestly, to be honest, I really didn't expect that big of a drop this week. We did have some news earlier in the week, and we did get a real strong push down in here. We got that nice little pullback. And right in this area right here, when I seen that break, I was like, yeah, we're about to have a nice little drop. And sure enough, that area broke and dropped. And so that was big. But here's what we have to look at. Number one, and I've said this a lot of times, we have to understand that there is a such thing as called currency cycling. And I don't want to go through the whole lesson right now on currency cycling, but just for the sake of the newer people who have never seen me teach on currency cycling, let me just tell you, if you have, for example, if you're looking at the weekly chart, you may see a push up, right? And if you look at that same move on the daily chart, it may look like this. And if you look at it on the 4-hour chart, it may look like this and have a lot more movement inside of it. And then, of course, if you look at that on the 30-minute chart, you're going to see a lot of movement. You're going to see uptrends and then downtrends and then uptrends and then downtrends, uptrends. You know, you're going to see a lot of movement inside of there. And the reason is because inside of every weekly candle is 5 daily candles. Inside of every daily candle, there's 6 4-hour candles. Inside of every 4-hour candle, there's 8 30-minute candles. And so for every one bar that you see print on the chart on the weekly time frame, you're going to see 5 print on the daily. And so with that being said, what may look like a pullback on the daily might actually only be like a wick on the weekly, right? So we have to understand that there is cycles that the market moves through. And when we can understand those cycles and we can grab a hold of those cycles, it really helps us to understand the whole flow of the market. All right. So I say that to say this. In fact, before I move off of that, let me say this. If this is an uptrend, all right, so let me just kind of change my color here. But if this, low, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, right? And then we get higher, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high. So at this point right here was the change in direction. You think the change in the trend was here, but it wasn't. Because really, this printed a whole nother point of structure that was still going with this. And while we think this was the reversal point, it actually wasn't. Where the reversal point is where structure doesn't obey anymore. And so when we have the last point of structure that we have in this scenario that would go with the trend, low, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low. Now that's the last point of structure. Lower, high. Now this right here is a new part. It's new. This is a new trend now. Okay. So at this point, you have a move down, right? Then you have a move up, a move down, a move up. Now here's what's interesting about that. When we look at these type of things happening in the market, every one of those has a cycle. Every one of those comes with currency strength. Some of us use the currency heat wave as kind of like a cheat sheet, but really what I like to do is I just like to see the turn points, right? At turn points, here's what I mean by turn points. If one currency is pushing strong and the other currency is weak, well, then, so for an example, if this is GBP AUD, so GBP is strong, AUD is not. Well, what are we going to see? We're going to see the price move up, right? Now, here's what the thing is. A lot of people think, well, if GBP is strong and AUD is weak, we want to buy GBP. Yes, but no, honestly. Because what's going to happen is if I wait until GBP is strong and AUD is weak, well, guess what's going to happen? That generally means by the time that strength is up and that strength is weak, by the time that happens, we're probably already here, right? GBP strong, we're in a nice extension. AUD is weak, which is why we're extending. And then we say GBP is strong, AUD is weak, so I should buy GA. And then as soon as you buy, you get a little bit of movement, you're happy, and then it drops. Right? How many people has ever had that happen to them? You get in, you think that price is going in your direction, and it goes in the opposite way. Well, here's the reason why that doesn't work, is because at some point a cycle happens, and every pair has cycles that happen on every time frame. So the 30-minute cycles before the 4-hour cycles, the 4-hour cycles before the daily cycles, the daily cycles before the weekly cycles, and so on and so forth. And you can go down, right? The 15 before the 30, the 5 before the 15, right? So these cycles happen in order. We get a push up. We're in here. Strength is strong in the pound's favor over the Aussie dollar. So we buy based on that. It might push up a little bit more, but then it pulls back down. And at that point, this is the area. Remember I said that that's the reversal point? Remember I said this is the reversal point, not this? Why is that so? Well, not only is it because of the structure that we're looking at, but here's also what happens. If you're looking at the GBP, let's say you're looking at the currency heat wave, and this is all GBP over here. So GBP is stronger than AUD. However, as you start to get strength and as you start to see pullback, this AUD is going to start moving this direction, right? It's going to start getting stronger. And that's called currency cycling. So AUD right now in this particular graph is probably what, 35% strong, 35% market sentiment, while pound has 65. But at some point, this is going to start moving this way, and we're going to start to see AUD come into strength. And this point right here, at that point right there, let me kind of, right? Well, that's even strength. That means nobody's in control. We're 50-50, or what I like to call the 0 point. That's critical mass. At that point, you have GBP strong. Have you ever noticed, and this is a divergence in currency strength, of those of you advanced traders, have you ever noticed where you may have a strength in one area, maybe GBP is strong and AUD is weak, but yet you see GBP AUD falling? Well, wait a minute. I thought GBP was the strong one. Why is it dropping in price? Why is it coming down? Well, it's because market sentiment is turning, and that AUD is getting stronger, and you don't want to trade when it is at full, when GBP is at full capacity. You want to trade when it's cycling. And so I say that to say this: when you see price break up here, you think GBP is at full strength up here, but it's not. That's at the point where you see AUD start to gain strength. AUD starts to gain strength and pushes price down into here. And notice in these areas, and we can see this on candles all the time, you get that area right there at structure, and suddenly you see where it's even. It's no longer where GBP is stronger than AUD, but now you see it's kind of evened out. And that even point is called critical mass. It's where it's that tipping point where something is going to take over the other side. It's where, when you see GBP is 90 strength and AUD is 10, well, GBP is booming. But here's where AUD is starting to push up and GBP is starting to come down, and now it's 80-20, 70-30. 60-40. When you get to a place where you're 51-49, 52-48 in that area like that, you're starting to see sideways movement. You're not seeing a bullish market or a bearish market. You're starting to see kind of like sideways, indecisive type movement, which is where you see an uptrend structure. Uptrend structure. But we're actually in the beginnings of a downtrend. And how do we know that? How do we know where that reversal happens? Well, this is all uptrend, and we see uptrend structure in another higher low. However, we see currency strength that is starting to get to that tipping point where it's no longer 80-20, 70-30, but it's 51-49, 55-45. And so there's not that same commanding strength that was in the market before. And that, my friends, is where you want to start looking for a buy or a sell, because at that point, now structure is over. There's your breakout entry. There's your retest entry. And it's very simple. It's very easy when we see that. The reason is because I don't want to buy an AUD, or I don't want to sell GA when AUD is weak, this week, because that movement is so slow. Even if it is climbing, or even if it is trying to turn around, it's sideways, it's ugly, it's not really giving me that momentum. I may eat a lot of drawdown. I'm going to get in and I'm going to end up holding the trade for a while because I didn't wait for the opportune time. But if I can wait until that time of 50-50 and I see structure turning, and now I see that 50-50, and suddenly GBP is 49 and AUD is 51. That's that shift. That's that takeover. And that's where the surge is about to happen. And at that point, you see right here, 50-50. You'll see a pullback, but still AUD pumping strength. That is your divergence for entry. That is where you look at a currency strength meter, whether it be currency heat wave, whether it be an RSI, whether it be a MACD, whether it be some type of a strength oscillator, volume, whatever. You can look at that how you want. And when you look at that and you see those things lining up to give you that direction, and you see strength taking over, I don't want to buy it once it's 70-30. I don't want to buy it once it's 80-20, because at some point it's going to cycle again. And I don't want to buy at the end of an extension. I want to buy at the beginning of an extension, right? And so I want to buy the reversal point, not an extension area. All right, guys, there you have it. I hope this video brought you value. Bro, looking and seeing how we can take multiple time frames, put them together, and know where you are in the market. And when you might be in an uptrend on the 15, it might actually only be a pullback on a larger downtrend on the 4 hour. When you start to understand all that, that brings you major value, because you always know where you are in the market and you never get caught by surprise. So don't forget, if this brought you value, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, get notifications, become a student at trendtrading.academy and see the full class. And look, real value. If you want to take this to the next level, I want you to take everything you learned in this video and I want you to watch it with that video over here, because when you understand where you are in the market and you understand sniper entries, it's a whole new level. Let's make this money. I'll see you in the next video.